Welcome to IAS Market Talk, your trusted source for timely ag market insights, brought to you by Innovative Ag Services. Each week, we break down the latest beef market trends impacting Northeast Iowa and Southwest Wisconsin, with expert updates tailored specifically for our IAS members. This week, you'll hear directly from Dave Rueber, IAS Beef Production Specialist, who brings decades of experience and deep knowledge of the cattle industry to these conversations. Dave has been providing market updates to producers for years, and now he's bringing those insights straight to you through this podcast. Tune in weekly for what you need to know straight from people you know. With that, here's Dave Rueber with the latest on what's happening in the cattle markets this week.
David Rueber, Beef Production Specialist for Innovative Ag Services, calling with a beef market commentary for June 3rd. A little recap of last week. We sold cattle the end of last week at softer money, $2 to $3 lower. 257, 258. There was a few cattle from some regional packers up there pushing 260, but not huge volumes. Other parts of the country were, 255 to 257. So it was definitely a softer week. The boards had kind of a rough go of it this week to start with. Probably the big news today, reports I don't think they've been substantiated yet, of a screwworm case in Texas, which I'm of the opinion that it's inevitable. We're not going to keep screwworm out of the United States. So the board has had a wild day today. It was down $4 to $5. Feeder cattle down $9 at the bottoms. Then it came back and it was actually up a little bit. Then the close was down $1 to $2. So not a horrible day, but certainly on the defensive. Continues to be on the defensive. Feels like maybe that spring high is in here. Box beef has kind of been coming back a little bit. Needs to get back over 400. It hasn't done that yet. Futures that just can't catch much fire. You look out there 6-8 months, those futures are in the 230s. Well, those cattle, most of them that are going to go in that time frame, break in the high 240s. So yeah, there's a tough time frame coming unless this market kind of straightens around. Now, we've been having a good basis and the cash market's been better than the board, but you can't bank on that. So obviously some risk and some stress coming our way down the road. This week feels like, kind of a flat week. I don't think we move cattle at 254, 255. I think it's either side of 257, but really nothing trade yet. So that'll be the market to watch. All over the board, you start getting more of the commodity type cattle. They've dropped 10, 15 bucks. You start talking about high volume, pretty good cattle. Those feeder cattle haven't dropped off a bit. So, you hear 8 weights from 355 up to 375, depending on quantity and quality. Cost of gains, I'm still using that dollar, maybe a smidge under that, with this corn market kind of showing some weakness. That's for steers. Heifers, $1.05 to $1.07. Same deal. Most of these break evens are in the mid to high 240s, pushing 250. We're going to have some turns that'll be tough. We've thought that for a while now, and we've kind of been bailed out by this market being better than we thought. Kind of a deal where you don't sell cattle 100 pounds light, but you're certainly keeping an eye on things and hoping that you get that critter sold before the thing really drops off. I mean, demand is still kind of a hard thing to read, but it feels like it's okay. I mean, you got other outside influences, inflation, gas prices, all that stuff that kind of never leaves the news. You got a Iran situation that just never kind of seems like it wants to go away. So there's just a lot of things nipping at this market, kind of making it act like, we maybe grind lower on this deal. So just my thoughts there. Like I said, don't sell cattle early, but just keep moving them through. Cattle been performing good. Mother Nature's been much kinder the last 4 weeks. Once again, my name is David Rueber, Beef Production Specialist for Innovative Ag. Thank you.
That's it for this week's episode of IAS Market Talk. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe so you don't miss an update. And if you know a fellow producer who could benefit from this information, share this episode with them. For more updates and insights, visit innovativeag.com and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. We'll catch you next time on IAS Market Talk.
Are you ready for a hands-on role with purpose? Join the facility operations team at Innovative Ag Services, where we value hard work, safety, and community. With locations across Northeast and Central Iowa and Southwest Wisconsin, we offer industry-leading benefits, on-the-job training, and a culture that supports your growth. From competitive pay to a uniform allowance, we invest in our team. Grow with IAS and discover your co-opportunity. Apply today at innovativeag.com.